Welcome to the Between Sundays podcast, a Christian podcast that explores the gospel message and encourages holding God's word close to your heart between Sundays. My name is Nathan Sheets. I'm one host of this podcast. I have my co-host with me.
My name is Ryland Taylor, and I am the second of two hosts.
So a little bit about us. I'll go first. Obviously, my name's Nathan. We are biological cousins. Our moms are sisters. I'll let Ryland do his intro here in a minute, but I'll just tell you a little bit about me. By worldly trade, I am a sixth grade math teacher. So you can imagine some of the stories that I can tell, and maybe as we go along with this, I'll tell more stories. But for the church, I am a Sunday school teacher to like the teen class, I guess is what you would consider it. But I'm also been called to preach. So there's a lot of teaching, a lot of explaining that goes on in my life. I feel like every time I read something, it's geared more towards trying to explain it to somebody, or with the mindset of wanting to explain it. Yeah, I've been saved since I was 6. I've been going to church my entire life. I can't remember a time where I didn't go to church. Recently got married to my wife, Courtney. Yeah, that's a little bit about me.
My turn, I guess. Like I said, my name is Ryland. I am a high school student. I'm a junior in high school. I am really into sports. Expect me and Nathan both. So expect a lot of sports analogies on this show. For the church, I'm part of the worship team. I sit on a drum and I play it. I've recently gotten into the piano. That's been interesting. I've been trying to learn that. I'm in a youth group. I love my youth group. I learn a lot of stuff in there. I'm kind of like the opposite of what Nathan does right now. I'm just trying to learn everything that I can. Still trying to figure out what my future career is in both my spiritual journey and my worldly trade journey, as Nathan put it. But yeah, just it's all about trusting the Lord over here, and I'm excited for my future. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, so we'll give a little backstory on how we ended up sitting here recording this podcast. So, as Ryland calls it, when he was little, he was obsessed with me. He could not get enough of me. I don't know why, but so I remember a lot of times, going to family functions and things, and spending a lot of time with Ryland and talking to him. But then as we both got older, there was that natural separation, right? I'm 8 years older than him, so I get to a point where, I'm 16 years old and he's 8.
Yeah.
There's a large difference there between the two maturity levels. So obviously a separation happened where we honestly didn't speak for.
It would be like a whole year.
It would be probably a year. We get to about this time. We're recording this the day before Thanksgiving, in 2025. So it would be about Thanksgiving before we would see each other again and talk to each other. And I don't know. It was just a weird period of time. Like, I would go to his sporting events and cheer for him, but other than that, like, I never really talked to him. And then that kind of continued on for a little while, and then I think it was July of this year.
It was
mid-July of 2025. Is kind of where all this is starting from. And so I had just finished teaching a lesson at the church. It was a Wednesday night. I had just finished teaching about the old man and how we're supposed to take the old man off and no longer carry it around.
I'll take it over from here. So I was watching this, and I'm kind of in this weird teenage boy phase. I'm like half in between. Some days I'd be on fire for the Lord, and then some days I'm not. I was kind of in between, and so I'm texting. I'm watching this sermon and this lesson on this random Wednesday night, right? And I just have this thing inside of me that's like, text Nathan, like, and so I text Nathan. I'm like, dude, I just want some advice. I need some advice. I know what I should do. I know what the Bible says to do, but I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to get there. I know I'm supposed to read daily, pray daily, and do all these things, but I just don't really know how to get there. And so at first, like, we were both kind of hesitant. Like, we shared some words for the first, was it 5 days,
Yeah.
week, and then slowly but surely it just kind of grew into this thing where we were both looking forward to that night where we would get to share the things that we found from reading our Bible.
Yeah.
And so it was that for a month, 2 months, and now it's grown into this. Hey, let's go out and we'll do this.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to brag on ourselves here. All credit to the Lord, but we went to this festival that our town was hosting, and we gave out Bible verses.
Yeah.
And that's just a small seed of what we want to do. Like, we want to do these big things. We want to go places and share the gospel. So it's so crazy to look back and pinpoint that one night and say, what if I hadn't reached out? But here we are now recording this, and hopefully this reaches you in some sort of way.
Yeah. So, kind of like what Ryland was saying, we both feel that we're called to do something greater than just taking up space in the church, right? Like Ryland said, he's in the youth group, and I teach a Sunday school class, and for most people that would be okay, right? That's the extent of their Christian walk, I would say, right? They want to get to that point, and that's fine. We both have this burning fire inside of us that's telling us, hey, we need to do something greater. There's more to do than just that. So that's what this is. This Between Sundays podcast here is kind of how to, and by no means are we experts on how to live a Christian life. We're still figuring things out as we go. But it's more geared to help you when you're sitting on Tuesday afternoon and you feel like you're at a spiritual low. We want to kind of help you get back to that Sunday feeling of like, dang, we just left a really good church service. Like, I can carry that with me the rest of the week. We want to get you there where you can get help. We can get help. We can help you, but then in the same turn, be helping each other by doing these episodes. Yeah. And so like we kind of want to talk about just what it might look like. Well, we're not limiting God here on what He can do, but this is kind of the plan that we've got, laid out. Obviously, there's no like, hey, we're gonna be on every Thursday night or anything like that. It's just whenever the Lord hits us with something, that's when we'll put one of these out. But I think we've decided our first is going to be on the Book of James, and how to live as a Christian. And so each episode will be a chapter out of the Book of James where we read it and we discuss it and we kind of bring out some points that might help you along your way. But then, we're in the season of Thanksgiving right now, so you can expect when seasons roll around, not this Christmas because this is still really new and we're trying to figure out what we're doing. Yeah. But as seasons roll around, like Easter, we can bring in some Easter lessons. We can talk about, hey, Jesus still isn't laying in the tomb. You got to carry him out farther than that. And then we'll go into some topical studies. Ryland brought one up. February is considered the love month. We might be on here in February talking about how we can love one another the right way. Mm-hmm. But really, this is an outreach of what me and Ryland already do together. We read, we share notes, and we discuss what's going on in our daily lives. Right? It's not just a I'm going to put on this facade of being a great Christian so I can text Ryland and be okay. No, it's hey, I got this going on in my life. I need some help. I'm gonna reach out to him and see what he says. If nothing else, he'll pray for me, and we'll move on. So that's kind of the idea for what's to come. This is still really new to us, so yeah. we will be changing things. There will be things that we do one time, and we're like, dang, that didn't really go too well. Let's drop back and punt and not do that again. There's going to be stuff that we find that works really well for us. But ultimately, our goal is just to help you, the listener, get to a point where you're no longer stretching your spiritual gas tank from Sunday to Sunday. You've got fuel in there for the entire week to carry you through.
Absolutely. I don't know how many people are going to listen to this. I don't know when you're listening to this, but if you have suggestions, anything that you're struggling with, I believe the email is linked in somewhere in our YouTube channel. You can find it. You can shoot us a message. You can leave us a comment. If there's anything you want us to pray about or go over, by all means, let us know. Anybody listening is probably going to help us out a lot more than you think you
Absolutely.
are. So we appreciate if you're still here. I didn't know we were going for 10 minutes already, but we appreciate you being here. I know this is a pretty long introduction episode. Tune in next time.
Whenever that is.
The book of James.
James chapter
1. I love the book of James. It's probably my favorite book in the Bible, and it's the one that really got me on fire for Jesus. So I pray it does the same for you.
Absolutely. We'll talk to you guys next time.